about something that's been paramount in my mind and heart over the last 11 to 12 months, but quite frankly, the last 10, 11 years. The National MS Society is a collective of passionate individuals who want to do something about MS now, to move together towards a world free of multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis is comprised of unpredictable and often disabling flare-ups of the central nervous system. Such flare-ups disrupt the flow of information within the brain and between the brain and the body. The National MS Society is the largest private funder of MS researchers in the world, investing more than $1 billion to date. MS stops people from moving, but the National MS Society exists to make sure that MS doesn't. To contact the National MS Society, please call 1-800-344-4867. Again, 1-800-344-4867. Or go to their website at nationalmssociety.org. Thank you to all of you who have donated money to this amazing organization. Also, those that have gone to the National MS Society to learn more about multiple sclerosis and demyelination. It touches me and over the 1 million people in this country who have multiple sclerosis in so many ways. And I appreciate all of you. And on that,
it's time to talk.
It's Friday night, so you know what that means. It's time for a conversation about anything and everything. Because this is the Venture Forward. We have talks. Good evening, everybody, or good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you may be, and welcome to VF Talks. I am JV, and that's a cantankerous Triceratops over there in the corner who thinks he's a Triceratops named Rex. And that gag will keep on going as long as we do this show. He is what he is. So, anywho, hope you're having a great Friday. Hope you had an excellent week. And let's see who wins the door prize tonight. And that would be Marilyn, who says, "Good afternoon, JV and Matt." Waves with 3 purple hearts. Marilyn, good afternoon to you. Hope you're doing well. And then from Australia, we have Sherry with, "Hey, JV. Hey, Matt. Hey, awesome. Good to see you, Sherry, this afternoon. So I hope you're doing well." And, you know, the other thing is I got this really strange, this awesome fun things. Awesome. What do you mean by awesome fun things? Anyone know what awesome? I'm trying to think. Awesome.
I wouldn't trust that.
Oh, that'd be Matt Haas.
Hey!
That would be Matt Haas.
Hi, JV.
How you doing, Matt?
Hello, the Venture Forward audience. Welcome.
How are you doing today, fine sir?
Never better, my friend. Never better. I am loving life, and I've got many days off work, and it is going to be glorious around here because I'm going to get a lot of stuff done content creation wise. How's it with you?
It's been a crazy week. It's been a week where there was a little bit of sleep deprivation this week. There was just so many things going on. It was a busy week, but I'm glad Friday's here. I'm glad I'm here right now. I'm glad to be doing VF Talks with you. So a couple more comments here. Marilyn says the best holiday party, alluding to the title of this show, is being with like-minded people. And she says hi to Sherry with the 3 waves and 3 purple hearts. And Sherry comes back with 3 kisses back. I agree wholeheartedly, Marilyn. Matt, pose the question to you. What is the best holiday party?
It's the Festivus holiday party on All Things YouTube. It's at 5 p.m. Eastern, baby, on the 23rd.
A Festivus for the rest of us.
Yeah, if you go to my All Things YouTube channel, go on the Festivus show. There's a form you can fill out to request to be a guest on the show. And I'm going to rotate guests in, and we're going to complain about technology. It's going to be fun. Air our grievances.
The mass airing of grievances.
Yes, sir.
I think before we continue, there's a little bit of a programming announcement I need to make, and you may be wondering, where's Paul? And I know where Paul is, and I think it's time for me to mention that what happens when a first-timer named Paul plays Life is Strange True Colors with someone that's played it over 148 times named Tina? We'll find out tonight as Paul and Tina jump into Chapter 3, Monster or Mortal. Will it live up to the hype for Paul? Will Tina blurt out everything Paul should do? Watch and find out. Join Paul Burke and Tina Bensman tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on YouTube's channel, Playing with Heart.
Sounds like a good time.
There you go. Live read in the middle of this for our good buddy there, or good buddies, plural. Paul and Tina. Great show. Great game.
Gonna be a good time. Faux show.
Speaking of holiday parties, though, we have a holiday party tomorrow, don't we?
We do. Open to the public, baby.
I don't have a graphic for that, though. Funny, I have a graphic for Paul and Tina, but I don't have a graphic for me.
Yeah, get with John or I directly through Facebook or however you connect with us, and we'll send you an RSVP link to a Facebook event that has the logistic details. Bottom line, John and I are having a Brazilian steak dinner in King of Prussia at a restaurant called Fogo. And if you're a streamer or you're a content creator, come join us. It's like an in real life meetup. And dinner's on you. We can't afford to pay.
Dinner's on you. But
is what it is.
It'd be great to see you. And there'll be plenty of meat with gauchos serving all the meats, top sirloin, bottom sirloin, house special, linguiça, all of that. And then there's the market table with all the wonderful things in the market table. So, yeah, should be a great time. My strategy for tomorrow, Matt, in case you're scoring at home, and for those that are watching who are going to the event tomorrow, my strategy is not to eat anything before dinner. It's my strategy.
Is that like you wake up and don't eat anything until you walk into Fogo, or
That's
like
exactly
you'll
right.
eat? That's hardcore, my friend.
It is hardcore, but I know what sort of copious amounts of fine meat, chicken, pork products.
I can't go without eggs in the morning.
Oh,
So
then go with your eggs.
yeah, gotta have them. Got to have them.
Indeed. Indeed. Looking forward to tomorrow. That should be a lot of fun.
Yep. 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 And my son's coming home. The girlfriend is doing something all day, and he's like, I might as well go to my parents' house and just spend some time. So we're gonna see the boy, which is good. We don't get to see him too much. He's in college, very busy, but hey, every chance I can get, I'll take it.
Sherry asks a really good question. Can we join the dinner virtually?
Nope, got to be there in person.
I mean, we might take pictures and small little clips for the social media, but like I don't think we'll be live streaming tomorrow. We might. Who knows? If we do, we'll let you know.
The best thing to do is to guarantee that you'll enjoy some of the fun is to be there. So.
That's right. Marilyn says she'll be there.
You can travel. If you want to travel, you can travel. It'll be a good time. Get in the car, get in a plane. There's no wrong way to attend the Fogo dinner.
That's right. And maybe when things become normal in a year or two, everybody will be doing a Fogo dinner, and we'll have a giant Fogo dinner in the middle of the country or something. But tomorrow, King of Prussia, 5:15 Eastern. It should be a great time.
Excellent. Well, I've got some fun things going on. If you want me to just kick things off with our anything and everything theme,
let's kick off the anything everything as we normally do each and every Friday night.
All right. Well, I'm working on a video on this channel, and my nephew asked me to build him a wood lightsaber holder because he bought a replica lightsaber, and so I did, and it's glorious and it's awesome, and I mailed it. And he just texted me a couple hours ago saying it arrived in the mail, and I put on the box, "Do not open until Christmas." Hopefully he'll heed the warning, and I'm just super excited about it because she lives in Seattle, Washington. That's quite the distance to travel.
That's a long drive, and I think even if you left now by car, I don't think you make it in time. So. But yeah, it's a long haul. It's almost 3,000 miles.
I have a comment about content creation.
Go ahead.
Now, some of the big people in the video editing streamer space have sometimes advocated for having a streaming computer where all you do is stream on that computer and you don't use it for anything else. And I have always sort of been against that direction, especially for Macs. If it's a Windows machine, I totally get it. Because Windows can gunk up with stuff, and that's just the game you play on the Windows operating system. But for a Mac, no. You get it, you beat it up, you run it hard, you use it as a tool, you don't baby it, and that's been my mentality with gear. I treat it very well, but I work it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't. Anyway. And then I have been, unbeknownst to me, leaning into that mindset. The savory hall turned out beautiful.
The saber holder. The saber holder.
The saber holder. Yes. So I don't have any pics to show. Well, maybe I do. Maybe we'll get into that. But okay. This got me thinking. This technology piece with my Rodecaster Pro. Let me see if I can flip over here. Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
This piece of equipment, the Rodecaster Pro. This is a soundboard. I started to realize that I kind of am falling into that mindset where my computer is only a streaming computer because the Rodecaster Pro can do so much without a computer. Mm-hmm. Slowly, I have been offloading tasks from my computer onto the Rodecaster Pro. I play the piano and I can record directly on the Rodecaster. I don't need to record on the computer. I can record right on the Rodecaster Pro. I play Pandora on the TV. The TV speaker output is jacked into the Rodecaster Pro. I listen to the TV through my computer speakers, but they're also the TV speak. It's the same. It's the
Same
same.
one.
All the Rodecaster Pro.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to take the signal of the piano and route it to 2 different places. The MIDI signal, not the audio signal, the computer, the key press data, the MIDI signal. I needed to buy a little metal box that has USB in and MIDI out. Inside that box is a tiny little motherboard. It's like one of those, what do you call them? Those little microcomputers. It's essentially a little computer. And then bigger picture, that little box is offloading the work from the computer. And I've got a powerful, modern Apple computer that finally has the Apple inbuilt silicone that you can hammer. So now I finally have. Anyway, I'm just like, well, slowly, I am getting to the point where the computer's doing nothing but streaming. Well, technically, video editing. I'll do video editing on it, and I hammer it with the web browser because all of my services are web based. So I guess what I'm saying is a substantial amount of the computer work is now being offloaded. And same thing with phones. Sometimes I take a photo on my phone and I use Adobe Spark, which is a phone app, and I add the border, I add my fonts, I add my logos. I do little marketing graphics, no computer necessary. And the iPad too, the iPad is starting to be like a powerhouse computer. Like, I haven't even been trying, and every step I'm taking to improve my life, I am removing workload from the actual computer and doing it elsewhere. But really the workhorse of the whole system is this Rodecaster Pro. So I just kind of thought about that. I'm like, holy crap. As things get easier and things get better, the computer itself is actually doing less. And that wasn't the way it was 5-10 years ago. The computer was the central hub and everything connected to the computer. Even iTunes. Remember iTunes, John?
Oh yeah.
Like that. Even Steve Jobs put the diagram with the Mac in the middle and everything connected into iTunes. And then they finally broke that, where they demoted the computer and they said that the iPhone is there.
Hey,
Love
Mr.
audio
Weber.
Production. I'm Mr. Paul Weber. So, yeah, I was just like, well, I'm doing it, whether I think I'm doing it or not.
It's amazing how much of that can be offloaded.
Yeah. I mean, it's really, you need a computer for video editing because you really can't do that in the cloud.
No.
iPads are getting close, but I mean, to do the hardcore, awesome transitions and awesome video VFX, you're going to need a real computer. And streaming, I highly recommend streaming on a computer, although you can get away with some other devices and some web-based things now, but still. And then high-end graphics like Photoshop, there's nothing better than Photoshop.
It almost sounds like you're constructing a little bit of a guide for your how-tos and whatnot.
I don't know if it's so much a guide, but it's just sort of a bigger picture realization that content creation is changing and the computer is being demoted. And it's hard to really see that if you're not paying attention, because things move slow. It's incremental, but it's adding up. Year after year, it's adding up. And These iPads are great, and these little mini computers I have hanging off my instruments, and a soundboard, which I need a podcasting tool, or I need something to make my mic sound better. And here I'm doing full podcasts on the device, not the computer. I'm capturing audio from the instrument directly onto the soundboard, not the computer. I'm listening to the TV through my computer speakers, but they're also the TV speakers because a soundboard touches that's the whole point of the soundboard, is to take a lot of crap in and push. Anyway, that's just kind of cool. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, the computer is sort of coming down in stature. I don't know. I just thought it was a cool realization.
Yeah, I think, the computing power, the processing power, the memory, and the storage power of these devices have grown in leaps and bounds in the last 20 years, let alone the last 2 years, last year. Um, you're absolutely right. And I only think it's going to be bigger and more transcending the smaller the device going forward. Just because of everything from a microchip sort of perspective, but also from a micro storage sort of perspective, all that, but also enabling cloud services to go ahead and do all of that.
I looked at a Radio Shack ad, and it was a guy standing in front of a table, and all around him, all strapped to him and on the table, were nothing but products that you could buy at Radio Shack. There was a calculator, there was a wristwatch, there was the Walkman, there was a computer, there was a desktop phone, there was a fax machine, there was a camera, there was a video cam. All this gear, Christmas 1991 or whatever, and it's all replaced by the iPhone. The iPhone literally took the place of every single item on that page, on that photograph, which was a Radio Shack printed ad. I was just like, holy crap, it really has.
You got to remember, though, Matt, you've got questions, they've got answers.
That Radio Shack. Yeah. And you see, Radio Shack, they missed the boat because they died when the whole maker movement was exploding. Like that Adafruit. I don't know if you know what Adafruit is. It's little. You can buy little circuit boards and little DIY electronic stuff to automate stuff. Like Radio Shack could have been the central place to go for all that crap, but they tried to pump cell phones through it, and it just never. They had the opportunity.
One can make the argument that they got too big for their britches, but I don't think they ever knew what their britches were to begin with. And when the technological revolution was really expanding in the 1990s and the 2000s, they got on the outside looking in.
Yeah, they weren't in the right lane at the end. They really weren't. They didn't know what they wanted to be, and they thought they could be a cell phone store. And the maker revolution was going crazy. And
Marilyn just brings up a good point. I was right about to mention this. Speaking of Radio Shack, she had one of the first Tandy computers, and Radio Shack was a computer manufacturer. And Marilyn goes on to say that uses cassettes. She's using an old school Tandy computer.
Yeah, in middle school, I went to a private middle school. We had one Tandy computer system, and then my older brother had the Atari 800 computer. It was a computer from Atari, and it had BASIC. BASIC was the operating system. And I'll never forget, I figured out, this was amazing. I figured out how to draw pixels on the screen on or off. So I programmed on or off a maze. It was a maze. It took up every pixel of the screen was a maze. And then I programmed a dot that was controlled by the joystick. So if joystick is up, you would draw a second dot above your dot, and then you would erase the dot behind you. And I wrote a routine to move the dot around with the joystick. And then I had to write a routine. If it hit a wall, it would go up into the wall and then bounce back. Like you wouldn't allow it. And I had grid paper, and I drew out this map, and I wrote, and I made my own game on an Atari 800 with BASIC, and it freaking worked. And my brother had it on a 5 1/4 inch floppy disk, and then he lost it, so it's gone forever. But it took me weeks to program that.
I had the same experience with a Commodore 64 and a Commodore 128. I
Nice.
did games like that. I also did simple word-based games as well. And the wonderful thing about BASIC, as well as learning for loops and if-thens and all of that basic stuff using the whimsical little line number command language, or programming language, but was how easy it was to pick that up and how to debug, but also to just go to one structure to another structure. It was object-oriented programming before object-oriented programming, but it was reliant on the line numbers.
Oh, want to hear something cool? So my brother did this 4 years before this product was on the market. He bought 3 100, or maybe it was 4. Yeah, it was 4 100-strand Christmas lights. And the 9-pin joystick port, he saw in the Atari magazine that he got monthly, you can electrify the different pins in a routine. So he soldered all this up and put all 4 into the joystick port. And when he ran the program, he had marquee, he had random, he had twinkle, he had forwards, backwards. We put it out on the rain spout of the house. So we had the dancing lights 4 years before that product hit the market. Because before it was either all on or just random twinkle. We had the whole marquee go, and it was driven from the Atari 800 on his with hand soldered all the stuff on those pins. It's crazy.
You think about how a lot of the electronics of television production was in the 70s and the 80s, and it all results back to that sort of very basic, no pun intended, programming language, controlling pins and turning lights on, turning LEDs or light bulbs on, turning light bulbs off and whatnot. Like it's an amazing technology. It's even 30, 40, 50 years old as far as being able to turn it on, turn it off.
Yeah. I remember learning, like you had to flip the equation around. Like you start with the answer, x equals x plus 1. Like you would do x plus 1 equals x. Like that's how you're taught in school. Like the answer goes at the end. But when you're talking to a computer, it goes on the beginning. So it was like line 1 is x equals 1. Line 2 is x equals x plus 1. Line 3 is print x. Line 4 is go to line 1. And then you hit run, and it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It would just fill the screen with numbers, and you would watch it just like, hey, I made the computer do something.
A little more complicated than say hello world.
Yeah.
I think about, your basic dot matrix designs, the 5x7, as far as lighting up a 5x7 grid of light bulbs and coming up with most alphanumeric characters in a 5x7. But a lot of those 5x7 grids were programmed using very basic programming language in the 70s, 80s, etc. So you could do a lot with that. Manny.
Monty Cohn is in the house. Hi, Monty.
Hey, friends. Love this live. Geeking out with you. Worked at Egghead Software and software, etc. So he has experience as far as Radio Shack and then other
Monty
legacy.
Is in good company. We are all geeks here, Monty. Proud of it, too. Awesome. It's good to see you, Monty. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're on the nice list this year.
I fell into the trap that I fell in the first time I ever saw Manny. I call him Manny, and I did it tonight. It's been that sort of week.
It's all good.
Yeah.
He's pretty loose, but
he's phenomenal.
Do you still have the Cafrona?
Right.
That's what I want to know. Monty, my piano playing has gotten a lot better. A lot better. Oh, did you see my post? My app tracks how often I practice. 11,600 minutes.
11,600 minutes
this year. this year since January.
Dear Lord.
That is over 8 days continuously, no break. Like if you sat down and you went 11,600 minutes, it would be like 8.5 days later, you would stop playing. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I am.
Monty has trimmed the Cafrona.
Okay. Yeah, some things it has its life, and then new chapter. I dig it.
So what is the new chapter, Monty? What is post Cafrona?
Is the real estate market still good over there in California? I wonder. So proud of your piano-ness. Well, I can only hope to be as good as Monty. Monty's one of those guys where he could just he can sight read, or maybe he's just looking at the chords and going with. I haven't gotten to that point. I'm still very early in my.
Monty, if you the link for eCam's up there. If you want to join us, use a web browser. You could jump in if you want.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'll figure out the pointing. Back, maybe in 2024 sometime.
Monty, I figured out some piano technology stuff because I wanted to split the MIDI signal so it can go into my iPad because it can track instantly what keys I press and what notes I miss, and simultaneously go to my computer so I can record it. It was a very hard technical challenge that required a lot of gear and basically buying a little computer in a box in order to do it. But I figured it out, and I was like, yes. Oh, he's driving. Okay,
He's
cool.
driving.
Cool.
Well, we know that's a LEDA violation, so we don't do that.
Well, it's not a legal violation, so that's all good. But what else is going on? Anything and everything. I was telling John before I got on the call here that I thought I had a plumbing clog in the main down trunk of my upstairs house. And it turned out the bathtubs were just filled up with gunk. And
they were filled up with gunk.
They scoped everything with the camera. There wasn't anything in that tube. It looked as clean as the day they installed it. There was nothing in that.
It was a high-tech snake that they put in there with cameras and everything, and what it proved to be was a pristine vessel, pristine channel that is not gunky at all.
I could have swore I would have bet money that there was toilet paper clogging that stuff up, but there wasn't.
Nope. No, there wasn't. Not at all. Yeah, I think I'm probably on the cusp of having some plumbing done around here too, because I'm having an issue with both of the restrooms and the low flow toilets that are in both. So that's a problem. And I also am having an issue with, fortunately, the hot water is fantastic. Had a hot water heater replaced. But there are other things that obviously a house that's a little over 10 years old shouldn't be having those problems, but yet the problems are here.
Well, I moved into the house. I threw all 3 toilets onto the curb, and I replaced all 3 toilets. And I got the kind with the hair trigger power flush. Like it's like a jet engine going off, and it has a secret. If you uplift the handle, it's a double power flush. So like the normal, you hit the handle down and it's a power flush. You hit it up, it's a double.
Hey Kevin, how are you? Kevin asks, what's awesome and fun today?
Oh, awesome and fun. Awesome and fun is I'm off work until after Christmas, and I'm going to do so much content. It's going to be ridiculous. I've got all kinds of stuff planned out. I'm doing woodworking stuff. I'm doing piano stuff. I got a couple all things YouTube stuff kind of planned. It's going to be crazy. That's what's happening in my awesome world.
A lot of awesome and fun things going on around here, getting around the holidays and getting ready for New Year's and all that fun stuff too. It's been a year. It's been a year. I've talked about the trials and tribulations of the year on the main show, and I'm ready for 22. I'm ready for 2022. It's time to turn the calendar.
It's been a crazy year. Lot of challenges, but I just hope 2022 doesn't say to 2021, hold my beer. Like
Oh,
I'm done.
we can't
Like
have that again.
let's just have easy street for a year. Like, is that so hard?
Yeah, like you look at 2021 and it was a 2020 hold my beer, and apparently with the last, I think not even a whole month yet of what's going on with variants and whatnot. I mean, we have to move on. We have to move on as humanity, as the universe here, and oh god, it's horrible.
Exactly.
Well, there's a thing with Ireland. Was it Ireland, I think, that they're going to be in lockdown until end of January.
I feel for Australia. Australia has lost their ever-loving minds. But yeah, it's tough. The big thing for me is I had that Motley Crue concert in the summer of 2020, and it got canceled.
There it is.
All I want.
Kevin says, well, the government of Ireland just announced an 8 p.m. curfew until January 30th. So it has started.
Anyway, so I just want Motley Crue. That's all. Is that too much to ask?
Well, I would want you to have Motley Crue. That would be amazing. I would love to have some normalcy. Marilyn says to the question of what's awesome and fun today, me. And I agree. Maryland is fun and awesome. I absolutely agree.
Second that motion.
It's all you need to know. What's awesome and fun today? Maryland. There it is.
Oh, here's something awesome and fun. Does this look familiar? It's a 100% analog cell phone from 1992. The Motorola TAC phone.
Nearly 30 years old.
Yeah. Do you remember this?
It's a variant of the Zach Morris phone. The Zach Morris was the big brick, and then that was the next version of those.
Yeah. You know, when you had this type of phone, you had that satisfying,
goodbye.
Oh yeah. Well, you can go F yourself.
Right. Slam.
Kevin's had one of those. Do that with this. Like, you can go F yourself. Boop. It's not the same. You need that satisfying clack.
Sherry in Australia says, yes, thank you. We've had it tough with the lockdown and whatnot. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Sherry, and everybody who joins us from Australia. I cannot imagine how bad it's been. We've been fortunate. We had, a month and a half of, red, yellow, green here in Pennsylvania. But, man. Sherry had a Motorola Mobile.
I have the Motorola Razor in the closet. I had that one for a long time. I even had the custom ringtone on that, and it was all acoustic. Baby Got Back. My phone rang, went do 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 do. You wouldn't know it was Baby Got Back unless you know it was Baby Got Back. And I paid $3.99 for the ringtone because that's when we had to buy ringtones.
As far as the big phones are concerned, Sherry called them bricks as well.
Yeah, I could never get the bag phone. Remember the bag phone? That was just too much.
Well, there was also the first generation of the car phones that were basically wired in the car with the rotary cable and in the base of the car, and you use the phone in there.
So, someone said a joke outgoing message like, hello, sorry I can't pick up the phone. I'm home right now. Try me again while I'm away. Because, you're in a car phone. You had to flip it around. Funny.
And then you also have the Seinfeld bit with Costanza doing the answering machine greeting in the guise of the Greatest American Hero theme. Believe it or not.
I remember Greatest American Hero. That was a fun concept for a show. I find some alien tech doesn't know how to use it, and he basically stumbles upon different features in different episodes. Yeah, that's what it was, right?
Yeah,
that Greatest American Hero.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember going over to my grandmother and grandfather's house, and that was on a couple times. And I want to watch The Greatest American Hero. We watch We're supposed to be visiting the grandparents. Leave me alone. I want to watch The Greatest American Hero. Yeah, good stuff.
Very good stuff. Should I do another plug for the show at 8:00? Speaking of good stuff, let's talk about that for a second. Speaking of good stuff, see, there's the segue. See, segues. Speaking of good stuff, and I lose everything. Hang on. It's been that sort of day. Paul Burke and Tina Bensman are going to be doing episode 3 of Life is Strange: True Colors tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to read copy now because it's a live read, right? What happens when a first-timer named Paul plays Life is Strange: True Colors with someone that's played it over 148 times named Tina? We'll find out tonight as Paul and Tina jump into Chapter 3, Monster or Mortal. Will it live up to the hype for Paul? Or will Tina blurt out everything Paul should do? Watch and find out. Join Paul Burke and Tina Bensman tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on YouTube channel Playing with Heart.
148 times is a very specific number.
It's a very specific time. Very specific number. It's like you're counting, or you just had some sort of journal where you had 148 entries and whatnot. It's like, have you ever played a game 148 times and counted it?
I only count episodes I do on my live streams.
Rich is joining us. He says, hey guys, sorry I got caught up with something. Rich, glad you're here tonight.
If we need some content and you're up for it, I could do some Christmas carols on the piano.
And also, there's the eCam link up here if you want to join us.
Oh.
I should probably get out of this live read mode, shouldn't I? Like, I mean, they didn't pay for the live read. I'm just doing the live read out of the kindness of my
you have
own.
to tell the audience they paid for it, so maybe someone else will pay you in the future.
They paid us thousands of dollars for the advertisement, for 2 ads. And they'll probably get one more before the show's over.
Thousands of Shiba Inu coins.
Thousands of dollars in Monopoly money.
My Shiba Inu coins are not worth as much as they were once worth. They've gone down a little bit.
Little bit.
I can't buy a Fogo meal with my Shiba Inu coins anymore.
No, you can't.
Do you accept Shiba Inu?
No. But you could work being a gaucho for about 3 or 4 hours if you want. Maybe less. 2 or 3 hours. Yep. So looking forward to tomorrow night, my friend. So looking forward to tomorrow night.
Should be fun. Should be fun.
Kevin has sold most of his Shibu at the high and only has about 10 million left.
Oh, good on you. I only have 900,000. He's got 10 times more than me. But hey.
More than 11 times, actually.
Yep. Yuppers.
And then Kevin says it makes up for missing the Doge sale on Saturday Night Live night.
I heard the SNL night wasn't as good as people thought it would be.
No.
It's kind of a did. But anyway.
Rich says, had so much fun last week. We'll join next time as I haven't set my gear up yet from DJing last week or this week or DJing week. DJing week, yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. DJing midweek. Midweek, John.
He does these, he does these midweek. And he sometimes posts pictures after the show with the crowd just loving him. They're all like gathered around his booth and they're cheering. It must be a blast. You must be having so much fun, Rich.
Rich, you are living your best life, sir. You absolutely are.
I got a friend of mine. He's selling all his DJ gear. He just doesn't want to do it anymore. I'm like, what are you talking about? It sounds like so much fun. He's like, yeah, I'm looking to sell my gear. I'm like, how much you want for it? Made me
Good night,
awesome.
Sherry. She says, "Have a wonderful dinner, guys. Got to get ready for meditation. See you next week. Hugs and kisses
Sounds
back at you,
good.
Sherry."
Peace and love.
And Kevin informs us that it lost about 90% of its value on SNL night. 90%.
That's the opposite of what they thought it would be.
Mm-hmm. Other way.
That's the thing. That's the thing about crypto. It's not an investment. It's a currency. And it's weird.
Rich loves doing the DJing.
It seems like a heck of a lot of fun.
The things that you do on your show, Rich, are absolutely phenomenal. I love the content that you do on Sundays. Sunday at 2:00, 2 Eastern. So
Well,
you're awesome.
my friend, he had a friend of his. It was a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
It was called Bald Guys Entertainment because obviously they were both bald. But the one guy wasn't able to do it much anymore, and it really got my friend down because when they would do weddings, you kind of need one guy to introduce the wedding party and the other guy to spin the music or whatever. And it was too hard for him to do it by himself. But I'm like, isn't DJing kind of like a solo gig? I don't know. It wasn't working for him. And he had all this equipment. He had like 3 different whole kits, like old equipment, medium old equipment, and kind of newer equipment. And I think he's selling it all. I was like, damn.
Rich asks whether or not he'll see me on Sunday. Well, I mean, you probably see my words, but yeah, I'm hoping to jump on Sunday. I got a haircut Sunday morning, but I'm hoping to definitely listen to some fine tunes by a really great guy.
Again, if I forget, send me a direct message, anyone.
Yeah.
That Rich is on, because I like to jump on his I like the mixes he does, not the mixes, but kind of like the remixed versions of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll take like a 3-minute song and they'll mix it and chop it all up, and it'll be like a 7, 8, 9-minute song. I'm like, I love this.
Awesome.
It makes awesome songs even longer and more awesome. Yeah. I don't know where he finds all that cool stuff, but
well, yeah. Wherever he finds it, he does an incredible job of packaging it all together. The transitions are great. I know a certain Paul in here that's helped him with some of those transitions. Paul, you're awesome. Yeah, just great production altogether.
Sunday Night Live.
Sunday Night Live. Oh, Rich has one for you for Sunday, Matt.
Oh baby! Oh, see. Now
you got to tune in. You got to tune in to see what it is.
He's the tease. He's the master of teasing. That Rich Vibes.
That would
can
be a
tease
tease.
It good. Crazy stuff.
Awesome
Crazy.
stuff.
I was at Costco today. I was jonesing because this is day 4 without my mixed greens that I have to have from Costco, because I was trying to get the woodworking done. And my full-time job was completely smashed with hard work, trying to get 2 weeks worth of work done in the first 4 days of the week. It was nuts. So I was like, I can't go today. I can't go this evening. I can't go this evening. And then one evening while I was out, I got to do my All Things YouTube show. And then Tuesday I had the evening free. Nope. Had to work on the woodworking. Wednesday I had the evening free. Nope. Had to get the package into UPS. And then Thursday is Mind Equals Blown. Had to do Mind Equals Blown. I couldn't go to and I also had a consulting appointment. Someone from the streaming community had some questions, and I jumped on a Google Meet and I helped this person out for a while. So I was doing that Thursday. Then I had Mind Equals Blown, so I couldn't go to Costco Thursday. So I went today, and I got my goodies.
How you doing, sir?
The drink.
Hope you're doing well. Mark, right? It's Mark. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm going to finish my sound absorption panels that look like movie posters.
Ooh, let me know how that goes. because I definitely need
There.
some sound absorption panels.
Yep, I found a fabric company that will print on fabric. And then there's a website out there where you can download high-resolution movie posters without the words on them. It's just the background art. So it doesn't say starring such and such, airing such and such. All that crap's off of it. It's just the awesome background art. High resolution for free. I'm like, I'll take that one and I'll take that one. And then you upload it into the fabric place and they print it out on fabric. Amazing.
Mark, I'm sorry, man. He says, I'm well, thanks. Had a friend relapse today after 4 months clean. Bit of a shame, but what can you do? I'm sorry, Mark. Really sorry. It's something that we deal with from time to time when we have friends and people that, you know, that are near and dear to us have a moment where they're have a moment of weakness and they fall off. But we're there for them, and we do the best we can from that sort of perspective. So needless to say, they got a really great friend in that of you, Mark. So you keep on doing the thing for you and keep on doing the best thing you can.
It's good that he's there for his friend. That's important. Faux show. Do you want to hear some Christmas music on the piano?
Absolutely.
Let me get going.
I will take solo, and let me know when you're ready, and then I will give you solo. And as Matt is getting set up for some special Christmas music, a little Christmas production, a little Christmas song or two, just want to remind you that next week we are going to continue our series on a conversation about steps. Tuesday night, we're going to talk about 12 steps. That'll be on Adventure Forward Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And then the following Tuesday, we'll have the episode that was meant to air last night in what the pandemic means to those that are battling obesity. So Tuesday night, this coming 12 steps. The following Tuesday, the pandemic and obesity here on Adventure Forward. And it looks like Mr. Haas is ready, so I'm going to cut over to him.
I won't be able to talk, but here you'll be able to hear the piano. This is Jingle Bell Rock.
That was awesome, Matt. Thank you.
What do you think of that?
That was fantastic.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
You could? Oh, wait a minute. I can't hear you. Hold on.
Hang on.
Can't hear.
Be able to hear us. Okay. I was actually, I had you solo, and then I went into two, and I was just bopping around a little bit, and then got you back to solo, and it was great.
That was pretty good. I only had like one or two notes I missed.
It was awesome, and thank you for doing it. I appreciate that.
I can do Silent Night, but just probably not as good as that. But yeah.
Rich was asking us if we have any requests for Sunday, by the way.
I want Christmas songs that are raps.
Christmas rap songs.
Yeah.
Rich, you've been asked.
Jingle bell, jingle bell. Wiki, wiki, wiki. I don't know. Anything that's ska.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Do Somewhere Over the Rainbow Punk Ska Brothers.
There you go.
There's a band called Punk Ska Brothers, and they covered Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and it was amazing.
Rich says, okay,
I don't know.
your request has been heard.
I'm stepping it up. I feel like I'm making it too
Next
difficult.
level. You got next level here.
I feel like I'm being mean, and I'm making it too hard on him. So
Nah. Rich says, yeah, he's good with the ska, some ska. So he's got that. He's gonna put that up in the lineup for you.
There was some HBO show that had that as the opening theme song to what it was. I think it was Taxi Cab Confessions. I think it did Somewhere Over the Rainbow as the lead-in intro song to the show, and it was always cool. And it had all the neon lights flipping by, and anyway, it was a cool editing type of thing. So, yeah.
That's a show that needs to come back in some sort of capacity.
That was a good show.
It was. It was really good.
The guy starts talking, and these people just start like talking about. He's like, some people say, "I can't believe I told you what I told you." It's just, I don't know, sort of a human behavior.
Rich says, "Punk ska brother."
Okay.
And that's a question. That's a question. Punk ska brother? Question mark.
That's it. Let me do some googling. I thought it was plural. Punk. Punk.
Also, Marilyn says, "Way to go, Matt." So there you go.
Thank you. Keep an eye on Piano Awesome. That song will be on there. I was going to record it today, but I just couldn't pull it together. And then somewhere over the rain. Can't type. Oh. Yeah, there it is. Copy link. I'm going to listen to you. Will not be able to hear it because you'll get copyright struck. I should have it. That's it. Can I put it in the chat? I can't put it in the chat because I'm not. Can you make me an admin on my
I thought you were
awesome
a mod.
fun?
I thought. Oh, on awesome fun.
On my 17 other channels, I'm a mod.
But your 17 channels and nothing's on. Hang on a sec.
Rich, we're pushing buttons over here, my friend. Just one moment.
I'm gonna put you on solo for a second. So hang on one second.
Okay. See, I'm causing trouble here. Switch account. I'm pushing buttons. This is not very interesting. I'm sorry. Here, this is my mailing address for those who want to write it down. Trying to give you something interesting to look at. Go. If you haven't subscribed to the Venture Forward, please do that now. And ring the bell if you haven't rung the bell. That would be good too. And what else do I got here? Oh, this is my website. Oh, look at this. I got this 20 years ago. Little mini Mario mushroom. Pop out chat. I think we lost JV here. Maybe he.
You don't lose, man. It's just still finding a place to make you a mod. Hang on one second.
Oh, I think I'm a mod now. There you go. Is Rich Vibes still here? Okay, Rich Vibes. I put the YouTube link in the YouTube chat. That is the song that I remember that I'd like on the show if you could fulfill my request. If not, that's totally fine. Yeah, look at this little guy. Isn't he cool? You can pop this off. Pop off the little thing. Candies were in there. I got this at a place called It's Sugar. It's a candy store at the beach. Matt, how can we get your book? Oh, easily. You go on Amazon.com and you search for Matt Haas. I am the first link that shows up. Here, I'll put a link in the description. I will not put an affiliate link because I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. Have an affiliate link to my own product. I don't know if I'm crossing any lines there. Books. There it is. This is a lined journal that I wrote.
Yeah, and actually, Matt, Rich is asking to be PM'd on that, but there's the actual. It's in the chat.
There's the ISBN if you want to find it by the ISBN.
For Troubles, Lemon Drops Journal /DP / a whole bunch of other things and Punk arguments within that URL.
And I will be DMing Rich momentarily. Bam, consider yourself PM'd.
What sort of material are you using for the soundproofing, by the way?
Oh, good question. It's the stuff they sell at Home Depot. I think it's like a rock wall in 16-inch between stud soundproofing insulation. It's stuff that engineers swear by. They're like, this is the stuff you need.
Because I certainly need stuff that is more acoustically friendly and that wall.
See, the thing is though,
and all that.
The shit's expensive. Oh, sorry. The stuff's expensive.
No, you're right. The shit is expensive. I agree.
Now what I got, it's hard to work with because the thing takes up your entire back seat. It's like a big hay bale full of crap. All
a hay bale full of crap. Gilly says 7 months, 1 week sober today, 226 days. Gilly, congratulations, my friend. Congratulations for sure. I'll give you some applause there too. I got an applause button. There's the applause. Seriously, Gilly.
I'm trying to find the product. Really good. I can send you a picture of it. I can go downstairs and take a picture. Oh, there it is. Here, I'll share my screen. If that's not too much button pushing for you.
Oh, stop it. It's fine.
This is what I got.
Hang on a second. I'm going to main. And then I can do this, and boom. And there you go.
Go main first.
Go ahead.
Anyway. So this is the product that I bought. Oops. What happened?
Here we
go.
Rockwool.
Yeah. It's $60, I think. And you get quite a large crap ton of it. And it's hard to work with, and you gotta get their protection on and all that weird stuff. But anyway, that's the soundproofing stuff. But yeah, regular sound. I'm gonna stop sharing. Regular soundproofing material and panels and hexagons and things like that, they're really expensive. And you just get like a couple squares of them. It's not a cheap thing to do, so I figured I would do that. I also want to do something in the hallway because the way my house is, if someone makes a sound in the house and you're upstairs, you cannot tell where the sound is coming from. It sounds like it's either in the next bedroom or from downstairs because it's just echoes down the hallway and then down the stairwell. So I have a big piece of, wall coming down the stairwell. I think I want to do something with that rock wall stuff to just try and stop the sound bouncing in the hallway because it's pretty annoying.
Kevin says order direct from China. If ordered in bulk, you could probably get them for 25 cents each.
I didn't think about that. You know what else I was thinking about doing? Maybe I shouldn't disclose all my secrets. But, I got these cool floodlights back there. And you see people with the weird patterns of soundproofing, and they put lights on it, and it casts interesting shadows up along the
Yeah.
wall. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to get that pillow foam, not the spongy stuff, but like the stuff that stays into a into a sheet. Like for like a piano bench. Like you wouldn't put fluffy pillow material on a piano, but you would put like the actual uh uh upholstery foam or whatever. And they sell it in different thicknesses, 1 inch, 2 inch, and 3 inch. But it's like $60 for uh
$60.
but for like a two by 6 sheet of it. And I want to buy the 1 inch, the 2 inch, and then I want to cut them in squares. And then I want to put a grid of squares on this closet door and this exit door. But it would cost a lot of money. It would cost $180 to kind of pull that off. And I'm like, do I want to spend $180 just to put foam? And I don't even know if they're acoustically sound dampening or not. They're probably not. Because just because it's foam doesn't mean it's a good acoustic dampener. I mean, it's better than nothing, but some of the
Matt,
foam
actually, can I, do you do me a favor? I'm going to put you on solo for 1 second. I will be
Yeah.
right back. Hold on.
Okay, sure. So, like, should I invest that much in my set design and probably not get any sound absorption benefit out of it? But instead of looking at the door, the raised panels of the door, you would see this interesting grid pattern of these blocks at different depths. And then the raking light coming up from the floor would throw an interesting shadow pattern behind my head and over there. And it's quite the investment. I'm like, oh, do I want to do that? And then how do I get it on the door? Maybe I hang like a sheet of 1/8 inch plywood, and I just attach the plywood to the door non-destructively so I can take it off if I ever move or something like that. Or do I hot glue them directly to the door? Anyway, these are the things I think about because my set's never done. As cool as I think it looks now, I'm always trying to make it more.
Well, while I was gone, you didn't break out into your Chris Rock impression or anything, right? You
No.
kept it good. Thank God.
No.
Gilly asks a question and says, would it be cheaper to make it out of wood at that point if you're not actually going for soundproofing?
It's not a bad idea. I would be worried about the weight because I have to still open the doors. So I wouldn't want to put 200 pounds of wood on a hinged door. It depends on, well, if you have the wood on hand. If you have to buy wood new, probably not. But a lot of people do scrap wood from pallets, the shipping pallets. They break those apart and they get that wood for free.
That's what you used to say in the warehouse, the skids, taking the skids and turning it.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea. Use other material that could be cheaper. But I don't know. I mean, I guess it'd be worth a shot. I've lost more money on stupider things than that.
Well, who hasn't, Matt? Who hasn't? I mean, you want to go down the treasure trove of things that I've lost plenty of money on? Oh, we can. I talked about in the bankruptcy episode, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I
bought a motorcycle and didn't like it.
Which motorcycle was that? Didn't you have multiple?
I had one motorcycle. I had the Yamaha Seika 2 sport bike.
Right.
I
think you had two. You had one. Okay.
No, I only had one. Well, I had a scooter when I was really young, but that was short-lived. So technically I had two double-wheeled vehicles.
Two double-wheeled vehicles.
But that motorcycle was a rocket. It's just how mankind
0 to 60
cobble together
in a day or, okay. How fast was it?
Too fast.
Too fast.
It was too fast. And it was not yeah, you can't be of sound mind and operate a machine like that. That's all I got to say. Oddly enough, though, the Class M has persisted on my license ever since I was 22 and got the license to begin with.
Yeah, you don't lose that
You never they
endorsement.
test you once, you're good for life.
Yeah, I should get my M. I should really get my M. Because we've discussed this before. I actually want to get a trike. So
With the two wheels in the back or the two wheels in the front?
two in the back.
Two in the back. Those are hard to cut. I don't know. I don't know if you would like a trike. You'd probably just like a regular motorcycle.
I think
you can't lean them. You can't lean a trike.
Thinking that thought when I was a big guy. The two in the back would probably make sense. I don't know. Maybe it would work now. Who knows? Charles says he has his boat license.
I have. I got licensed for.
Wouldn't know what to do in a boat.
I got some credential for a ski-doo, a watercraft. I took a course and passed. It's nothing on like the driver's license stature, but I do have some sort of thing saying I can operate watercraft.
Gilly asks, "Did you guys arrive to an answer while I was gone? What makes the best holiday party?" In a sentence, I'll go with
Yeah.
free cheesecake, and yeah, that's a good one.
Ay.
And then Charles says we can get it added to our license in New Jersey.
Oh, interesting. New Jersey. New Jersey.
Jersey.
Get out of here.
How you doing?
I got MTV had this sketch comedy about it was like it was a parody of like the real world, but it was in New Jersey. Every stereotype was in this parody, and it was hilarious. The one guy was like he had his world famous spaghettis. It was spaghetti, but they were only like 2 inches long. I don't know what it was just so stupid. And the girls,
spaghetti, right?
everything was double entendres, and the girls were typical Jersey girls, really great. Oh, it was. I don't forget what it's called.
The best. You want to talk about the accent and typical. And it's not Jersey, but it's Bensonhurst. My favorite SNL sketch was Bensonhurst dating game with Joe Pesci when Joe Pesci hosted a show in the early '90s. It was incredible.
Joe Pesci's a madman.
He is. Because that was also the episode of SNL where he was in a pinky ring shop and he nearly beat the crap out of the person that was running the pinky ring shop. He was talking to the mirror like he was about to have a shakedown with one of, not the capo or someone else, but it was like, man, like nearly bust the freaking mirror and everything. Bust the guy that was
God,
was basically the salesperson on the pinky ring store floor, which was played by Kevin Nealon. And Kevin Michael Reed's joking or laughing and saying Jersey Shore.
It was crazy. It was nuts. Good times. Good
times indeed.
Yeah,
well,
baby.
Matt, I think I'm gonna put a bow on it.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason why I'm putting a bow on it right now. Is because at 8 o'clock at the top of the hour, there is Playing with Heart, True Colors, Episode 3, with our friend Paul Burke. What happens when a first-timer named Paul plays Life is Strange True Colors with someone that's played it over 148 times named Tina? We'll find out tonight as Paul and Tina jump into Chapter 3, Monster or Mortal. Will it live up to the hype for Paul, or will Tina blurt out everything Paul should do? Watch and find out. Join Paul Burke and Tina Bensman tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, on the YouTube channel Playing with Heart. I think we could isolate that and play it, but it's not gonna make sense after today anyway. But it was Good live read. Third
You
time's
did
a
3
charm.
ad reads. Don't they owe you $3,000 now for
They owe
3
me
ad
at least
reads?
$300,000, and I thank you. Thank you for the check in advance. Appreciate it.
That's NBC money right there.
What is this, Peacock? What are we doing over here?
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
All right,
Matt.
John. I guess I'll see you for dinner tomorrow.
I will see you for dinner tomorrow night in King of Prussia at Fogo for our holiday party or holiday dinner with all the streamers. Can't wait to see all of you tomorrow night in King of Prussia, 5:15 Eastern, for sure. Matt, you have a wonderful night.
I hope I remember to wear my hat.
Yeah, wear your hat. I'll wear my devil mask. It'll be great.
Sounds good. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Take care. Matt Haas, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Haas. I tell you, I'm looking forward to tomorrow night for sure. It's going to be a good time. Some final comments. Oh, one final comment in that Rich says, found the actual group name now, Matt. So when you find it, you can use it on the show on Sunday. We're looking forward to your show, Rich. Rich puts on a great show as always. Bit of a preview of what's coming up in the next couple weeks. Tuesday night, we're going to have a discussion about 12 steps. So we go from really fun to really serious and really heartfelt. A discussion about 12 steps. We're going to have that on Tuesday night on the Venture Forward at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. Thursday, we're going to have VF Talks. Now, you're saying, well, John, VF Talks is on Fridays. Well, next week and the week after, because of Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, VF Talks will air Thursday nights at 8 o'clock, 5 Pacific in the Venture Forward time slot. So we can still have VF Talks. It'll just be the night before in the Venture Forward time slot. So Tuesday night, 12 steps. Thursday night, VF Talks. The following week, we're going to have the discussion we were supposed to have last night, in that the effect of the pandemic and obesity. And it's going to be something that there have been a lot of studies about, and we'll discuss it on that show. And then that Thursday will be another VF Talk. So a little bit of a schedule shift this next couple of weeks, but should be good stuff for sure, because love having all of you on the Venture Forward and watching on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You are an incredible audience, incredible community, and I'm very thankful for all of you. But on that, I'm going to say the same thing I say at the end of every Venture Forward and VF Talks. Stay safe, stay sane, stay strong, stay sober. You're worth it. We'll see you Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific for the next episode of the Venture Forward. Have a wonderful night. Fly be free.